They say it has always stood there, high on the hill, where the wind never blows and the birds never sing. A large, old house, yet showing no signs of decay, as if time itself were afraid to touch it. And, like every abandoned house, it held a story that no one dared to tell out loud. In the early 2000s, 3 teenagers from the neighboring town decided to break into the abandoned property to film a video. Caio, Lucas, and Danny had a small online channel where they posted urban challenges. The idea was quite straightforward: to explore the house in the early hours of the morning and capture some truly frightening images. But nothing could prepare them for what they would find inside. They climbed the trail just before nightfall. The vegetation seemed to grow around them, as if it wanted to block their way. When they arrived, they noticed the front door was merely ajar. No sign of a lock, forced entry, or dust on the door frame. The air inside was incredibly dense and quite oppressive. The floor creaked angrily with every step. The windows were boarded up, and even so, cold drafts swept through inside. In the hallway, they saw marks on the wall like scratches, but not like human fingernails. They were deeper, longer, and all went downwards, as if someone had been dragged to the basement. It was Caio who suggested, "Let's go down there. That's where all the good things always happen." The door to the basement was slightly ajar. Lucas was holding the flashlight. Danny remained standing on the stairs. Caio descended first, and what was heard next was a scream, but it wasn't a desperate scream. It was muffled, as if someone was screaming with their mouth covered. Lucas went after him. Danny hesitated. The seconds passed, then minutes, and only then slow footsteps ascended the staircase. It was Danny, trembling and pale. She collapsed to her knees at the entrance of the house and began to cry. The only thing she managed to say when the police finally arrived was, "They didn't scream. They were silenced." The bodies of Caio and Lucas were never found. There was no blood, no signs of a struggle. The basement was quite empty, or very nearly so. In the corner, covered by a damp, moldy sheet, a plate with rotten food, and right beside it, a small child's spoon. The case was officially closed as an unexplained disappearance, but the town was never truly the same again. Years later, in 2014, a dedicated team of paranormal investigators made the decision to enter the premises with cameras and various sensors. Their intention was to film a documentary, but they discovered something that had never, ever been exhibited. The moment they stepped inside, their cameras completely failed. The batteries were draining instantaneously, but one of the microphones managed to capture, very deep within the audio, a distorted female voice. "You shouldn't have come back." Upstairs, they discovered an intact children's room with a doll seated on the bed, facing the wall, and charcoal scribbles drawn behind her. She comes to life when they call out her name. The psychic on the team began to tremble quite violently. He claimed he could sense several distinct presences, and one of them was fully aware. "She is not just in the house," he stated. "She is the house. She is not haunted. She is the haunting presence." Pause. The very next morning, the police were called. They discovered the team's leader in a catatonic state, his face completely covered with symbols he had scratched with his own fingernails. And on the cameras, a single image remained untouched. The dinner laid out on the table with 3 plates, one of them with the food still warm. The police concluded that no one could have possibly heated it. The house's electricity had been disconnected for more than 20 years. Today, no one goes near the hill, not even the hunters. The trails closed. The sounds fell silent. But sometimes the villagers below say, when the wind shifts, you can hear an echo from above. She is here. She is here with us. And on nights of the new moon, a single point of light appears in the window of the second-story bedroom, as if someone were still living there, as if they were waiting for your return.